Hello everyone, Ratgoska here bringing you another exciting TVZ. We've got Dkiller, the blue Zerg, spawning in the left position here on Antigua Station, and his opponent, vileIllusion, spawning as the pink Terran in the upper right corner. I haven't had a chance to watch this replay, just getting into casting again, so gonna take it nice and easy. Picked up this replay from sc2rep.com. And it should be an interesting. I've always liked the Terran versus Zerg matchups. That's kind of why I picked this one to get back into casting. Wife and our baby's almost on the way, so we're getting close to, being parents. So hopefully I'll have a little bit more time to cast games and bring more exciting, commentary from here on out. But unfortunately, I've just been getting everything ready in my house for the baby, so I haven't really had a lot of time to cast. But everything's kind of settled down a little bit. Now we're just waiting on the final few months. Or a few moments, and then the baby will be here. So that's kind of cool. Looks like typical standard openings here for our Terran and Zerg player. Hasn't really gone for a spawning pool, going for that more economy style build as well. And it looks like the Zerg drone is out and about, going to get ready to do some scouting information. First racks going up now for our Terran player. It's been interesting to see what the new metagame is going to be kind of like for StarCraft, since I have been kind of out of the game for a little bit. That way I can get a good feel for what people are building as far as units. And it looks like our Zerg opponent does know exactly where his teammate is in cross positions. This must be a customized map where they can only spawn in cross spots. And it looks like that Zerg, yep, we'll get into the base and get a good view of everything that's going on. He doesn't want that Zergling or that drone to harass his SCV. Meanwhile, down here we do have the Zerg expanding. Relatively, usual timing on his expansion, so nothing funny going on there. And we'll see. Yep, there goes the spawning pool as well. Pretty typical standard openings for most players so far. We do have early gas going down for the Terran player after he does decide to get that walled off. So no more probing into his base. We do have the Overlord though sneaking up from behind. The SCV is now moving around, going back and forth, getting a good view of his opponent's base. We'll know when that spawning pool is about done. Alright, let's see if these players are going to build. There we go, and that spawning pool now is just about finished. See if he goes, yep, just put guys in gas, so he's probably not going to be getting layered back anytime soon. Just getting an initial couple of Zerglings out to defend his base and get that Queen started right away. And the Terran decided to expand himself. Just has a couple of things out here at the front. So it's a good thing there won't be any kind of early type pressure. And ooh, looks like those 3 Marines are going to go out and possibly, looks like they might just hold the watchtower. Or he could actually be trying to do some kind of early type aggression, just to get a little bit of a poke and prod going on. Although when these 2 Zerglings come to the watchtower, they are going to be sorely mistaken when they find that those Marines are there. Oh yeah, 3 Marines easily pushes back a couple of Zerglings. And if this Overlord's not careful, he is going to get picked off. Is he going to make it? Oh, spots that Overlord. There's that micro getting on. Gonna get it, gonna get it. Yeah, gets that Overlord. I won't set the Zerg player back too far. He does already have 2 on the way. And researching that metabolic boost upgrade. Looks like trying to use the SCVs to block those Marines. Not quite working out, so manages to pull it off anyway. Gets those Zerglings taken out and keeps all of his units alive. With these 2 Queens here, though, I don't think he's going to be able to put on any more pressure, and these Marines are forced to have to retreat. Although he is getting really risky having this Overlord right in his base. He might lose that one too. Looks like we have 2 more barracks is on its way, and a reactor factory. Looks like he might try to switch those out. Nope, gonna keep producing Marines out of there. I figured he'd try to get some early Hellion production. Looks like we have lots more Lings on the map. Metabolic boost is just about finished, and we have 2. Looks like heavy bio play. And another Overlord gets picked off. As a Zerg player, you definitely don't want to be using minerals like that, just free trading minerals. And Zergling speed is now finished. It looks like those Zerglings are going to have a pretty easy time catching up to those Hellions. But with the Marines there, it looks like this is in favor of the Zerg player, as that Hellion is now getting taken out and does manage to off, but loses the Hellion in the process. Engineering bay is now finished for his Terran player, and throwing down a bunker at his ramp to keep that well protected. Alright, macro hatch going down in the Zerg space. Looks like Dkiller is just working on getting his economy going. If we look here at the units tab, we do have 30 SCVs to 30 drones, so it looks like the Terran's actually in the favor of the economy. Looks like both players just have the one gas at the moment. Alright, switching back over to the production tab. Lots of upgrades coming up for our Terran player. Looks like he's going for infantry weapons level 1 right away, as well as stim pack and combat shield. And now we have layer tech on the way for Dkiller. I'm surprised he's letting Illusion have this watchtower for so long. Is sending a scout Zergling up to that watchtower, and that Zergling is going to meet a fiery fighter soon. And here come the rest of the Zerglings to hopefully try to clean up that Hellion. I don't know how well it's going to work, and pulls back the Hellion and does not. 3 more Hellions, so that'll definitely help him out a little bit. Baneling Nest is on the way for the Zerg player, and big roast on those Banelings. 3 Hellions is definitely a good number of Hellions to have against Zerglings. So Zerglings get duped just a little bit by that Hellion, and the Zerglings decide to go on a Heidi-IU scout mission. Another one gets picked off right there. And the chase is on, and hopefully those Zerglings don't get caught in a corner, and he just managed to pull those Hellions back. Infestation pit on the way, as well as the sentry looks for the Baneling. The second engineering bay going down, and it looks like the Terran player is in need of much gas. Hopefully another scout Zergling will get picked off here. Terran player is doing a really nice job keeping these overlords at bay, trying to keep them getting as much information as possible. Flying color is now up in front, and it looks like the Italians are going to be forced to retreat back, but we do have some Zerglings sneaking in for a counterattack. Let's see how well was this defended. Not really defended all that well. Looks like the Zerglings are blocked from getting in, and with that bunker there, it does spell trouble. We do have lots of Marines and Hellions here at the front, but it looks like the Banelings are rolling in, but they don't have speed yet. And that first Overlord gets picked off. Ooh, getting caught on the ramp. It looks like this is going to succeed. Hellions doing a nice job tanking through those Marines. Kind of funny to say, Hellions tanking for Marines, but hey, it works in this situation. Just got to keep those Marines alive as long as possible with those Banelings. A couple Baneling shots and it's over. Zergling's now trying to get a nice little flank. Does stim up and ooh, not so good. Got a couple clear tumors, but is getting close to being surrounded. Banelings finally get speed. They're catching up. Nice split there by our Terran player. Doesn't manage to lose all that many units. 30 more Zerglings in production. Looks like he's looking sacrificed, as we do have lots of Zerglings here spewing out of the base. Another scan going down, cleaning up 3 of those Greek tumors. So hopefully keep the Zerg expansion is back as far as possible. We don't want them expanding out, getting as much business in. Another Overlord getting picked off. Oh, it looks like the Marines, yes, will finally get cleared up. Pull the Zerglings out with them. Now let's see how both players, we do have lots of Infestors on their way out, as well as Zerg level 1 and 1 attack. We have level 2 and level 1 for the Terran player, as well as infantry or vehicle weapons coming up as well. Thor now in production as well. And also getting some medevacs. It looks like Terran's getting ready to bolster this armory pretty well. A lot of Zerglings out and about on the map for the doing these morphing into Banelings. And it looks like gonna pick up another Overlord. Overlord gets infested. Just out of range of that. Oh, that's so bad to see happen. Looks like both of my right targets get picked off as well. So a lot of damage done by a good player, and the Terran just kind of got himself pinched there a little bit. I mean, he was just out of range of this Overlord, so he couldn't quite take that down. But it looks like he is setting to take his 3rd base, which is really only protected by these set of rocks here and this main attack path here. And meanwhile, the Zerg player's 3rd base is just about finished. The Terran is actually keeping up with the Zerg pretty well in bases. Gonna get some more of those bio units up though, and the Zerg does know about this expansion as he did have that one little Zergling right there. Alright, let's see how each player decides to tech. We got the Zerg going up to Hive Tech, 2-2 on the way. Siege Tank is now in production for our Terran player, and Infantry level Weapons level 2 is just about finished getting another reactor on his base. So it looks like we've got heavy bio presence from our Terran player, as well as, you know, one medevac and one factory, so there's not too much into the... Oh, we got another factory up here, so... Looks like that factory might be blocking, though. I mean, I can't quite tell, but it looks like that's kind of walled off right there. So we'll see how that affects them. Meanwhile, just rolling out tanks, and it looks like, ooh, he's going for the destructible rocks. A couple of burrowed banelings, he's going to have to watch out for those. Quickly get surrounding and pick it up. And then back to work on the destructible rocks. Looks like we have a command center here going up out of position, either take a fourth base, or the more likely route is that he's going to use this as planetary fortress to keep this wall safe. We got these adrenal glands coming up for the Zerglings. The Zerglings are going to be attacking really fast. Yep, and there it is, the Ultralisk Cavern, Hive Tech on the way. We're gonna have to see some serious bio on, looks like Bio Ball versus, you know, Zerg Ground Army, which is a pretty good combination. Dropping here on the medium-low ground, so you can kind of pick off units as they're running by. And those infestors, man, whew. I'm surprised the Terran really doesn't have a lot of detection going on. I mean, the Zerg player could try to sneak some infestors in, and that could really spell trouble. Especially in these middle lines. Middle lines are pretty much undefended here. Right now, both players just kind of teching up, building their armies. If we look at, let's look at some army sizes. We got, you know, 121 for the Zerg, 157 for the Terran. It looks like the Terran player is trying to take quite a bit of an advantage. Drop on this base, manages to take that out, get it canceled. And it looks like we have the bulk of the Terran army moving out towards the center of the map, throwing down many scans and getting that missile turret set up as well, so we can kind of, you know, stage on the Buster player and anything like that. Zerg coming in just getting slaughtered before they get any damage done. Zerg now taking the fourth base up in this northern position, which could spell trouble. I mean, if the Terran's expanding this way and the Zerg player starts expanding this way, it could spell trouble for the Zerg player. He generally wants to expand away from his opponent. Zergs now look like they are checking out the rest of the map. We do have a couple scout lanes here and there. And these burrowed banelings are still here, you know, they're eventually going to cause trouble. It looks like the is trying to go down for the Terran player, but kind of gets denied by the Zerg, or not able to land that down just yet. All the transport SCVs are kind of chill out just a bit. You got a Siege Tank and you got a Marauder, and it looks like, ooh, sneaking some infestors in. This could spell trouble. This could spell trouble. Terran player is taking a nice foothold over the center of the map, and oh yeah, this will spell trouble. All those little infested Terrans up in his mineral line. He's gonna lose a few units. Looks like, yeah, the infested Terrans are still, you know, working really forward. Oh, and they're just camping his base. He doesn't even know they're there. That's definitely gonna spell trouble later. Meanwhile, Terran still has a pretty solid foothold over the center of the map. Now has a sensor tower up, so he can circulate his army. We'll have to keep an eye on those infestors. I mean, he's got another infestor up here too, so definitely going to want to have to clean some of that out. Alright, we do have Ultralisks on the map now, 5 Ultralisks, which is definitely going to do some serious damage. And looks like it doesn't quite manage to take this expansion. It does protect full enough and almost loses the space, but not quite. Where are these drones headed? I don't know. Alright, looks like we have a Terran drop up here, but it is going to get picked up before the does manage to take down that hatchery. So, you know, almost getting another base taken out, and we do have these drones over here heading up, and it looks like the Zerg player rapidly trying to take down expansion. We have another drop down here to take down this expansion. These drones hiding up here, he's definitely going to want to get that expansion taken up. So the Terran player doing a very nice job harassing his opponent, keeping him on his toes. 3-3 is now almost finished, and does he? Yes, he does have the pneumatic, or the... Oh, I forgot what it's called. That's embarrassing. The the Ultralisk armor. I totally forgot what it's called. It looks like Medevac is dropping down. I don't know why he's trying to take down these flank powers. It's definitely not well suited to take down flank powers. Not yet anyway, we have a few more. And a nice transfuse on that queen. Manages to take that out. Infested Terran's still down here in the main. And ooh, looks like he knows that they're there. He just doesn't quite know that they're there. He's gonna have to scan to pick up that army. Or build a missile turret, you know, that'll work. Looks like he's moving that army around. The army does manage to take that out, so definitely keeping a very good eye on his minimap. Meanwhile, the Terran player still has a very solid foothold on the center of the map. So it's only a matter of time before one of these players does tap out, as they are getting closer and closer to eventually just running out of money. Alright, 3-3 is just about finished for the Zerg player. Let's look at check out upgrades on the Terran. He's got 2 weapons on his tanks and 3-2 on his bio, so he's doing pretty good on upgrades. Another small bio force here is going to meet this Zerg army. He does manage to pick off a couple of drones on his way, and it looks like doesn't quite notice that it's there with that. You know, it looks like, ooh, he's going to rebuild this base, but looks like the Terran player is going to meet that up in the nick of time. And it looks like the entire I mean, it looks as if the entire Zerg army just can't have anywhere to go. I mean, the Terran's got the center of this base pretty well locked down. Is throwing down drops left and right. Ooh, that drop is definitely done pretty well. It wasn't necessarily a drop, it's more of a looks like this base is going to have to run. These things doing as much as they can, but Flying Play Fortress does get surrounded. It's down to 25% health, 10% health, and does manage to get taken out. And most of those ultras are still alive for the Zerg player. So it's definitely going to come down to the wire. We'll have to see here. These ultras are being chased down, but they are taking pretty serious damage. Marauders do some significant damage. Ultras turn around, catch the Marauders on the low ground, a little bit of kiting. Does manage to take down 3 of those ultras. Is the last one taking down the board? Yes, managed to take the last one down. And ooh, he's going to spot. Does he spot it? Don't know if he quite spotted it. Oh, but it looks like it's tank time. The Terran player is rolling forward. Put a little bit more of a presence on the map. Ooh, manages to spot those drones walking by. He's going to get a lot of that picked off. Let's see if this... Ooh, with very few Zerglings. I don't know if he's going to be able to pick those Zerglings off. No, doesn't manage to pick up the Zerglings. Did manage to, looks like he did manage to take down this base. I missed that drop right there. Ultra is still going up right through the gullet of the Terran player. And he did kind of abandon that center. And these Burrow Banelings, they're still just chilling out. Ooh, another shell hits those Ultras, takes one down. Blue Flame Hellions and a couple of Marines versus 2 Ultras. I don't know if they're going to be able to take it out. Don't know if they're going to be able to take it out. Getting some Marauder health, but looks like the Marauder's stimming. And the Marauder's serious damage to the Ultras. And it does manage to clean that up. Meanwhile, we do have several tanks up here, but it looks like a couple of Infestors did try to pop those tanks. Not quite successful, and those did manage to get taken out as well. Meanwhile, Zerg player is expanding yet again to this top position, but he's just going base to base, and the Terran's just, you know, going from base to base. And the Zerg player is pretty much out of money. He has nothing really left down here. I mean, I guess this one's full. But, you know, nothing in his main at all, nothing in his natural. He's getting pretty well mined out. And since this base did finish, it is going to be taken out here as well. Zerg player, I think, is just running out of options. I mean, he really has no money. But if you look, I mean, the Terran player is pretty much mined out as well. He's going to have to re-expand to this location here, and hopefully he can get something going. I mean, if you look at the income of both players, I mean, the Terran player is pulling ahead quite a bit. I mean, even on Harvesters, but the Zerg player just has nowhere to mine from anymore. Last ditch effort from the Infestors, trying to do as much damage as possible. Tanks all shooting on each other. Hopefully the Marauders can clean this up before the tanks all kill themselves. And yes, does manage to get that cleaned up as well. It looks like it's time for the Terran to push down through the center of the base. The units rallied up to the front. Does manage to get all of the outlying areas pulled off, picked off. Now he's just going to focus his attacks down the center of the Zerg base. Step sieging as he's going along here. And I don't know what the Zerg player is going to be able to do to combat this. And there's the GG, leaves the game. And wow, I mean, that was an incredible ZBT. It was definitely back and forth for quite a bit. Zerg got a nice few bases, but I mean, he just kept getting, you know, kept taking expansions. The Terran player just kept wiping them out. Alrighty, hope you enjoyed this cast. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys later.